here. Want to put on my makeup. And I'm telling you this is because I feel like women really need that. I feel like, yeah, I do. Hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. How's everyone doing? I hope that you have been enjoying your weekend. I know I have. I know that I've been enjoying my weekend. I felt like recording and telling you guys something about things that we hold on to. You know, we're waiting for this right moment. But what is the right moment? Why are we holding on to that? And this came across my mind because this morning, after I got out the shower and, I'm brushing my teeth and I'm thinking about the things that I had to do today. And let me hurry up and get dressed so that I can go out because I had to go and take my car to be inspected. I had to go get the tags, for my car. And then I had to go to the supermarket to return some lotion that didn't smell good. And then I had to go take my car to be washed. And I still have to do laundry and things of that nature. But as I was getting dressed, I was standing, looking for something to get dressed. I was standing in the closet and I was looking at like, okay, well, what can I just wear? I'm just running errands. And I thought to myself, none of this is going to do. And I reached back in and I took a dress that I've had for 5 years, almost going on 6 years, with the tag still on it. And I said, oh, and I was about to put it back and I was just like, Shania, what are you waiting for? Why are you holding on to this fabulous dress that you fell in love with when you saw it? And the reason why I know it's been 5 years, probably since I bought it, because I bought it from a store called Dress Barn, and Dress Barn has been out of business for pretty much like going on 5 years. I mean, they're online now, but you can't just go into the store. And I looked at the tag and I'm like, oh my God. And I saw how much I paid for it. And I'm like, you just have this in the closet. You're not wearing it. And I literally was just like, you know what? You're not going to put your hair up in a bun or 2 braids. You're going to do your little hair. You're going to put on your craziest hair extension. You're going to do your makeup. I do have on makeup. It's very light and natural because it's super duper hot here in Texas. We are going into the triple digits today. And I was just like, yeah, I just wanted to put on something, put on my makeup, put on, fix my hair and put on something pretty that represented how I feel inside. And I got dressed and I was just like, yeah, I'm going out. And if you guys are saying, so you put on that dress, did all of that just to go get your car inspected, your tags, to go do a refund at the supermarket and go through a car wash. Oh, and I also stopped to pump gas and went into 7-Eleven to go get a Gatorade. I did that. And I will be going back out in the same get up, at a later time today to go to the market. Reason why I don't care if people think that I'm overdressed or not is because this is something that I bought. And I really loved it when I saw it. I was like, oh my God, I gotta have that dress. I am telling you this and you're like, Cheyenne, what is the point? The point is that women do this more than men, okay? We have a tendency that when we see something, we adore it. We really adore it, and you're just like, oh my God, and I want to wear that. And sometimes some women will see something and they won't buy it because in their minds, they're like, where am I going to wear that at? I don't have anywhere to go. I'm overweight. I have back fat. I have flabby arms. All I do is I stay at home. I just take care of the kids. I just go to the market when the kids are in school and clean the house. You don't need somewhere special to wear nice things. You don't need somewhere special to go. You don't need to go out on a date, like have to have a date. What I'm saying is, if you want to wear something because you like it and you feel like it's going to make you feel good, why not? Why not just fix your hair and put on your little makeup if you wear makeup? And if you don't, that's fine. If you feel like, you want to wear those little cute, looking rhinestone earrings and it's like the drop, now we all know that's something you should be wearing to what? Why not? Wear it. Wear it. What are you holding on to? What are you waiting for? That's my question to you today. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? When I went to 7-Eleven, I know, in this long dress and my little, wedge sandals, my heel sandals and everything. And here I am, and I'm coming out, and in 7-Eleven already was joggers. They had been sweating, and, the construction guys was up there, grabbing their Gatorades and stuff like that. And here I come walking through, and I'm just like, good morning. I just want to buy this Gatorade. And the guy behind the counter, now he's seen me a million times, but he said, Miss, you look absolutely beautiful today. And I said, thank you. I mean, like, thank you, not like conceited, like, yes, thank you. Yes, darling, I'm fabulous. No, not like that. I meant like, thank you. Thanks. You're great. That's what I meant. Because I felt like that. I felt like, yeah, thank you. And you can almost see that the rest of the men, I mean, they were really, they was holding the doors and, like, oh, let me get that for you. I mean, people was in line, not because it was like a sexual attraction. It was because like, oh, here's a lady. Let me hold the door. And I felt pretty. I felt good. Thank you. And even if nobody held the door, even if nobody said anything, that's not what I was going for, folks. I was going for, I just want to wear this dress. I just want to put on my makeup. And I'm telling you this is because I feel like women really need that. I feel like women have put themselves in a box and they believe that they have to be going somewhere. Like when I get dressed and go to work sometimes, well, a lot. I mean, there's this one dude at my job, always be like, he'll send me a message, through Teams, or he'll say it to me to my face, and there's nothing, he's not trying to hit on me, nothing like that. And he'd be like, you really look beautiful today, and you have a beautiful smile. You always look nice. And I've had people in my previous jobs, a lot of jobs, that say, you're crazy. I would never wear my best clothes. I would never wear my best clothes to this job. I would never wear my best clothes or get all dressed up to come here. All you do is you walk, to your desk and then you sit there all day. Who's going to see it? See, that's the reason why you would never do it, because you just said, who's going to see it? The other thing that they'll say is, yeah, this job. I'm talking about previous jobs and new job. Not so much this job, but a lot of previous jobs. Like when I worked in Lockbox, if you know anything about working a Lockbox, pretty much it's a mail center. You're receiving mail, you're opening it, you're scanning it in, you're keying the checks, and that's it. Nobody really sees you, And I used to always get dressed. I mean, I had my moments. I down dress myself like everyone else did, wear some jeans and a t-shirt or a crazy looking sweater or something like that. But a lot of times I would be dressed. I'm talking about in a suit. And I felt like that's who I am, And I remember some girl calling me out saying like, she basically was calling me stupid. Like, you're crazy to get dressed in an environment like this. Like, I mean, you look nice and everything, but why? No, I mean, Nobody sees you. It's night shift. Is nobody, in here to impress. But see, that's where she was wrong. It wasn't about trying to impress somebody. It was the fact that I bought this, I want to wear it, and I want to look nice. That's it. That's it. No, it's not science. It's not rocket science, folks. And I want women, and I want men too, because some men, they think the same way. My whole question is, what are you waiting for? Let me tell y'all a little story. If you've never heard this story before, my coworker told me this. I mean, she's an older lady than, me. And, I forgot how we got into a conversation. We probably was looking at people in corporate because, again, like I said, yes, you should dress, how you feel. But at the same time, there are certain places that you should be. I'm talking about like work and church. Like I said, don't come to church you don't want to come to church in a G-string. Jesus said, come as you are, but he ain't mean just come walking through the doors butt naked. I mean, and so you would not go to corporate work, where pretty much there is a certain dress. There is a dress attire, that doesn't mean you have to be suited up, but they do say business casual. So, like you shouldn't be coming in like, on a see-through dress, like as if you're going to the beach. I'm not talking about a required type of dress. I'm talking about like with me, like it may be extra to some people, but nevertheless, we were talking and, she proceeds to tell me this story about someone who felt as though since all they did was they went to work, they was a housewife or whatever, and basically they lived their lives and they had fine clothes. But there was one piece of clothing that this person always wanted. It was a woman, and it was a silk slip. And the silk slip, we're talking about silk, pure silk, cost a lot of money. We're talking about a slip that goes underneath your dress, so nobody's going to see it anyway. But it was just beautiful to her. It was edged in, silk lace, everything. And this woman had this in her drawer for 30 years. And one day she dies. When her family took her, her body to the funeral home, and they was just like, yup, we want this and that and this. And then the funeral home prepared her body, for the wake. And everybody's coming up to the coffin to say their goodbyes, and they're looking at her. And the family's adoring her with the outfit that she had on. She had this beautiful, suit the family picked out. You know how the family picks out your suits and your hats and all that, whatever you want to be buried with, they want to see you buried in. And underneath that woman's suit, she had that fine lace slip that she had bought and been holding on and had never worn because she could not find the right time. And so now, here she is finally wearing it. But she's in a coffin. Do you understand what I'm saying? The moral of this story? That's when she decided to wear it. And what I'm saying is, what if today, not trying to bring y'all down, what if today is my last day here on earth? Someone will come and they will go through my closet and they will say, she had fine clothes and shoes. Why does all this stuff have tags on it? Oh, she must have just bought it. And they'll never know since I live by myself. But my whole point is like, what are you waiting for? That story is so powerful. And it doesn't have to just be clothes. It could be like, I've seen people who say, no, don't break out the fine china. That's for a special occasion. Well, how many special occasions do you have? And aren't you being a little bit presumptuous by thinking that you're going to make it to that special occasion? I'm saying, if you got china in your house, when's the last time you used it? And people say, well, I have kids. Okay, well, if they eat off of a ceramic plate, right, that's breakable, can't they, can't they eat off of that? Or better yet, if you don't feel, and I'm talking about little kids, and if you don't feel good, if you and your spouse or your partner and you're sitting at a table, okay, still give the kiddies their little plastic plates, but you eat off of that fine china. And if you're saying, but we just having hamburger helper or hot dogs, eat that hot dog off of that expensive china. Eat it off of that expensive china and wash it and put it back on display. What I'm saying is don't display it and never have used it unless it's just strictly for display. What I'm saying is please value what you have bought. If that's, you don't have to worry about somebody saying, why'd you break out the fine china? Who's coming over for dinner? Dang, I ain't want nobody coming over for dinner. Honey, ain't nobody coming over for dinner. It's just me and you. Eat that food. Eat that tuna sandwich I made you with them potato chips off the fine china. Yeah, you should. Because you don't know what tomorrow brings. Get dressed, ladies. Go in your closet. Go in your jewelry box. Put on your best. You know what I mean? Put on your best. So what? So what? I hate when I go to work and I'm talking about, yeah, I'm dressed every day, but I'm talking about some days, of course, I'm going to stand out more so in an outfit than, other outfits that I stand out in, and people are just like, I hate when women say to other women, because mainly women do this. Soon as they see me, ooh, I see you, Shy. Where you going? Who you got a date with? Who you trying to catch? You got a man now, finally? I seen you all this week. You've been doing different hairstyles. Oh, you actually did your nails, because I'm not a person that do nails unless I got to record. Yeah, they say all of that. And it irritates me. Here comes the angry Shy, just for a second. The angry Shy comes out and say, why do I have to, first of all, to me, that's belittling me. Like, you're saying that I only take pride in myself to please a man? To make a man look at me? No, baby, no. In the famous words of Rasputia from Norbit, if you've ever watched that Eddie Murphy movie, Norbit, there was a scene where Rasputia, who is this heavy set woman, she is in the beauty salon, okay? And here comes the tiny little, petite woman, and she's just like, ooh, I see you getting pretty, who you trying to catch? And she said, girl, she's just like, I don't do this for no man. I don't do this for Norbert. I do this for myself. This is for me. And she was right. She said she do all of that for herself. Her waxing, her hair, everything. She does it for herself. And I need for women to stop doing that to other women. When you see them get dressed, I don't care if they walk into McDonald's in a formal gown. That's none of your business. Except for you either want to compliment on how nice they are or just be quiet. And just keep the thought to yourself. Everybody does not get dressed or do certain things or present certain things to please other people or to catch people's eye. Now, yes, there is, and you see it all day on social media. There are people out there who purposely do it to get attention. But I promise you, like when that man at 7-Eleven saw me, when the men who opened up my car door to let me out when my car was being inspected, and they weren't, I go to them all the time. They know who I am, but when I stepped out that car this morning, I know they was like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they looked it wasn't a look like, oh, I want to jump her bones. I want to ask her for a date. They looked at me in a different fashion. Why? Because I exuded how I was feeling inside. I felt good, I'm not glammed up. I don't have on heavy makeup. I got the wild hair piece in the day. It's just that I was just like, good morning. I wanted to, and don't, yeah, I don't like that when women be like, oh, you must be doing it for someone. You're trying to catch someone. I'm not trying to catch anyone. I mean, if you don't stop telling me that you might catch a case. Yes. But no, seriously. Yeah, I just wanted to say that, like, it's so important for you. And I say this to the men too, because men, I have a friend, perfect example. I have a friend who he has a ton of sneakers, and he knows who I'm talking about. He's a sneakerhead. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all the story. He's going to kill me, but I'm not going to say his name. So anyway, this friend who is a sneakerhead, see, he loved everything. He doesn't do it now because he's older, but when I first met him, he loved Air Jordans, like the different, ones that will come out. And he would be one of these people that would be online at 12 midnight when the sneaker was actually about to be released to the public. And he would be like, oh my God, I got to get my spot in line, online. And so he would get the sneaker, and then it comes, and he's like, oh, and you know how much those sneakers run for, right? And he would adore it. And I'll be like, okay, where you gonna wear it? I'm not wearing it right now. He put the sneaker in the box, store it in the closet, or whatever. And once in a blue moon, he did wear it, but he had to have a special occasion. Well, there's a story where he had these sneakers. He left them at his parents. I think they were stored in the box, but he had never worn them like for years. And I think they were stored somewhere in a place where it would, the weather was like, Texas heat, So finally, he decides to wear the sneakers. Well, him and his parents, they go out to the mall, and as he's getting out the car, he's walking towards the mall. The sneakers, they started to fall apart. He said they literally just started. You're talking about a Jordan, an Air Jordan. These sneakers cost money. That means they're well made. The sneaker starts to fall apart. He said he couldn't even keep it on. He had to drag his feet. He said, I was walking across that parking lot, because basically when he got inside the mall, he did make it inside the mall. He was like, people was looking at him. He felt like people was looking at him. And then he was looking at his parents like, what am I going to do? And so luckily his dad had some sandals or sneakers, something in the car, an extra pair. And he was just like, he said, Shy, I couldn't even pick up my feet because they were falling apart. They was going to fall off my feet. And he said, I had to drag my feet and walk back across the parking lot like I was lame. I got the visual, y'all. And he was so mad. Now, he had to put his crazy dad shoes on and now walk through the mall looking real crazy. At least they wasn't falling apart. The moral of the story is, folks, is that he had kept saving it. So he never wore them. And he saved it. Now, granted, I know y'all like, well, Shine, that only happened because he had them stored in probably someplace where the heat or, cold had basically over the years, in other words, it started to degrade. But really, it also shows you, like, you keep holding on to something, and maybe by the time you're ready to wear it or use it, it's no good. You see what I'm saying? He didn't even get a chance to really enjoy that sneaker. And every time he tells me that, when he told me that story, I was done. I was not there. He couldn't even get through the story without me laughing. I laughed so hard, y'all. It was just like ridiculous. But that's what I'm saying. That's the silly stuff that we do when we're holding on to something and saying, we're waiting for something special. Keep waiting, folks. You will keep waiting, and next thing you know, you're going to blink and be standing before your creator. And remember, you can't take none of this with you. None of us can take this. Denzel Washington said it best. He said, I've never seen a hearse with a U-Haul truck attached to it. Now that's one for you. That's one for you to think about. Eat it, absorb it, digest it. That man ain't never lie. You can't take it with you, folks. So enjoy it while you have it. Don't worry about what other people say. If people say, that's not, no, enjoy it. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? Your husband talking about something, he was going to take you on date night. You know what? You take yourself out on date night. Don't be waiting. And he lollygagging. I ain't trying to get y'all in trouble with y'all man. You be like, Sean, you ain't got no man. You trying to get us in trouble. No, I'm not saying be defiant. What I'm saying is don't wait. Don't wait. Because if you bought this dress, you know, and let's say at the time when you bought it, it fit perfectly. Well, you done had it in the closet for so long. You either gained a lot of weight or lost a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? And now 5 years later, 6 years later, you go to put it on and you're like, dang, you know how frustrating that is? And luckily, because it's nice and stretchy and it's long, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it still covers my little, you know, extra, you know, love pouches and stuff like that or whatever. But yeah, I was just like, dude, I'm not waiting anymore because I don't know what can happen. I'm putting on that dress and I want y'all to put on whatever you feel like or break out your best. And men too. Shoot, if you got some tools, you talking about something, I'm waiting for a big project to use my tools. Man, you better break out them tools right now. Shoot, put all them little extra drill bits, pieces, whatever. If your wife says, honey, the cabinet door just needs to be tightened up, break out your best tools and fix it so that you can say that I got to use it. Because I'm telling you right now, folks, if you don't use what you got and you're waiting for a special occasion, I promise you, someone else will come along and use it. And what I mean by that is that I go to Goodwill a lot. I told you guys that. I have seen things that are brand new. Now, you might be saying, well, Shine, that's probably because somebody got it for a gift and then they just didn't want to use it. True. But I do wonder how many people probably had something in their houses and they never used it. They passed on, and now their family is donating. They never used it. What was the purpose? Just something for you guys to think about. Yep. So, I am literally, you know, I'm just going to put on my slippers. I'm literally going to do some loads of laundry, dressed like this. I mean, look at Joan Cleaver. She was cleaning the house, cooking spaghetti. Fixing the kids' tuna sandwiches with a glass of milk. Full decked out. Hair pent up. Lipstick on. Even the apron was ironed. The apron was fancy. And if y'all like, Shine, it was just a show. You don't know that. Yeah. Yep. Don't wait. So, anyway, I will be talking to y'all soon because of the fact that I also have to tell you about the class and my experience with one of my class members. So look for that video tomorrow, okay, evening after I come from work. And I just hope that y'all have a fabulous Sunday. Think about what I said. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up. All right? And subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Woo-wee. I'll take it out tonight. I just need to scratch right there. I know. I'm not taking it out. It looks too good. Yeah, itch. It's probably the way I put these pins in my hair. Well, I got a little bobby pin that I can get underneath this wig with, and then like, oh, right there. Oh, that feels good. Oh, God. Oh, so glad that video is done. The things I gotta do to be beautiful. I don't care. I don't care.